Hey guys, I just got back from the vintage toy store. You probably see Gregg. Gregg the ATAT pilot. ATAT driver. He is the Hoth. He first appeared in Hoth, and I loved it. And let me get the other guy that I got. I'm trying to keep everybody in the Darth Vader head, except for the Stormtrooper. I'm going to get another one because that guy's just older and more worn, and I like toys like that. More worn out, but I'm going to get a more pristine one to put in my Darth Vader head. But I got loose limbs, C-3PO. He's removable limbs. I do believe. I didn't want to remove him because if he's not, I don't want to break the limbs off. Right. So, shoot. I think he's removable limbs, C-3PO. So that adds these two to my vintage collection. One day, I will have the entire vintage, not the vintage collection, like what you can find at Walmart, but the entire vintage guys. Now, these are my three favorite characters. When I was young, I loved Luke Skywalker, probably because he was the main character and you didn't really know about him. But my most favorite character from when I was a kid, now my dad doesn't know this because I never really leaked it to him, was the annoying, the best C-3PO. Just because he was a gold droid that told everybody everything that they didn't want to know. Nobody liked him, and I like that because he was just kind of a lonely character, and I think that he needed more love. The actor is great, the figure is greater, the character is amazing. So yeah, just the droid. And I just watched these episodes of Clone Wars that I didn't even know existed. Like, R2-D2 and C-3PO had to escape from 91st Reconnaissance. Well, the 91st Reconnaissance were with them, and they had to escape. So they did. In doing so, going to a planet with tiny little people like Gulliver's Travels, and then going to a planet with a guy like the Wizard of Oz. Like a bunch of droids, little pit droids, behind a wall, acting like a big dude. Like a big, like, character dude that led all these farmers. And then C-3PO and R2-D2, or R2-D2 single-handedly started a rebellion. So, I have one thing that I'd like to share. The fact that I have 3 here, vintage, 1 behind the camera that's vintage, 1 dewback, which is vintage, 1 above the camera frame, which is vintage, Gus Flucher from Fancy Pants Productions, of course, and the Jawa. Have him. I have 2-1B in my case, and I have vintage Chewbacca at my dad's house. I have amassed an army of 3, 6, 8. I have an army of 8 vintage guys. Now, what I like to do is Gary. I like Gary. Gary's probably now my... If he's not my first favorite, he's going to be my second. Because my first favorite, of course, is Boba Fett. Because Boba Fett was my first. But I got, like, 6 years ago. Yeah, I got him a long time ago. He was fun because I actually played with him. Okay. I just got a notification from a good YouTuber. Not one of them bad wonky ones, just a good one. And, oh wow, my chair. It keeps on doing this weird thing where it goes back, but have the Darth Vader head. I'm going to fill it up. And this Darth Vader head comes from Return of the Jedi, I think. Let me look. Yep, Return of the Jedi. If there's multiple Jedi in a room, do you call them Jedi? Or do you call them Jedi? If you see Princess Leia, do you be like General Dodonna and call her Princess Leia? Or Leia? But by the way, my Boba Fett's my favorite because it actually has some history with me. I have played with my uncle's Boba Fett from his childhood and all of his action figures that he has in his Darth Vader head. And yeah. Some of his figures are interesting, though. I don't think he has the dewback, but I know he has the 12-inch Boba Fett, too. Boba Fett's his favorite. Boba Fett's gotta be my favorite. Actually, no. C-3PO is my favorite. Boba Fett's my second. Because they're both kind of, well, Boba Fett's kind of a background character. I like how the comics gave him more of a story where he survived the Sarlacc, which is proof that he survived it twice. He came back to the Sarlacc and fed it a bunch of Jawas. And I like how the Jawa is literally no one's favorite. No one likes them. I think the only two figures under him are Prune Face and Yak Face. I think. Because who likes the Jawa? I am going to get a vinyl cape for the Jawa. Because I realized that my Jawa is not worth crap. Maybe $20 on eBay. The vinyl cape Jawa is worth millions. I am going to get the vinyl cape. God help me. Hope that they get like a spare vinyl cape and they're like, oh, I don't know what this comes from. And I can be like, I'll give you $1 for that. Which is way overpriced for a cape. But it's vintage, so it's worth it. And they'll be like, oh, yeah, sure. I'll get it. I'll put on my Jawa, and I'll have the dude that's worth more money than me. Well, a little less than me. Human life. I'm not going to get into that, but I'd like to think that I was worth more than $1 million. At least to someone. No one? Okay. But, yeah, Boba Fett, my favorite. Gregg, my favorite. I like these characters because they're mostly background characters. C-3PO was, like, he was one of the... Him and R2 were like the first named characters you saw in the Star Wars trilogy. Everyone else was just a trooper. The second would be Princess Leia. The third would be Darth Vader. And the fourth would be Luke. Like, main character. Fifth, main character for that movie, but not for the rest of the trilogy. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Or Old Ben. And then 6 would be, of course, Han Solo and Chewbacca. They kind of come in a bundle. I love it. I like how episode 4 came out before every other episode, but it kind of just plays in. Sequels and then the prequels. or the prequels and then the sequels, or whatever it is. I don't know. Anyways, I love them. Gregg, because yeah, there he is. Because he is the dude that I'm gonna get his cousin, the TIE fighter pilot that this guy just printed in white or molded in white and gray. Kind of just makes him look kind of odd, don't you think? I have the 6-inch black series guy, and I painted him up because I couldn't deal with just the white. I might paint up a stormtrooper in 6-inch black series. Or 3/4 inch. I might. I don't know. I don't know. But I might. I might make a Rex stormtrooper. I have something to do tonight. But anyways, I like everybody in the comments. Or not in the comments, because some of those people are just not that nice. Patton Productions or any Army Man fan like you, Toy Trooper Productions, thanks for staying along with me all the way, guys. You're getting an Army Man review pretty soon. Pretty soon. I've been looking around on eBay, and I found the guys I want to spend my money on. And they're not cheap, but they're worth it because y'all need content. And I posted a picture of an egg on Instagram, and it was the same egg that got millions of views or likes. And I don't want to get millions of likes. The bio I had in it was people. Why? Why, guys? Why? Literally, it was just why people, I think. Or explain why, I guess. I don't remember. But, yep. May Killshot be with you, and may his friend be with you. And then may Rex Boy be with you. No, that's me. May the Force be with you, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.